anyways, BA.5 is the new variant that is sweeping the nation and is being deemed like the worst variant thus far because of how infectious it is. And the rate of reinfection is also really gross and disgusting because, like, you can get COVID and then, like, 3 weeks later get it again. Which is why
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
With this variant, yeah. The rate of reinfection is really, really high.
So, here's some quick context. My older sister came to visit for 4th of July weekend unknowingly with COVID after attending an event in Aspen. So, my entire family went 2 years, 3 months, and 22 days without getting COVID. Now, I always thought it was a bit of a flex, but really doing the bare minimum in a pandemic is not something that really needs to be praised. And I mean, I realize that now, 844 days later, it's pretty much only because those who are apathetic and those who couldn't care less about the health of their peers face little to no scrutiny. So now, when I say I got COVID for the first time, I'm like, oh my God, that was humbling, to say the least. Now that everyone is desperately scrambling to return to normalcy and restore the greatness of life in 2019, and I'm quarantining with my family for the first time, I thought, maybe this is something I can document. What does COVID look like 2 years later? So here's that, but just in conversation with my 2 sisters and my mom.
Even through first experience, the exhaustion is unbelievable. And I know that I feel like a lot of people think FOMO kind of died out.
No.
I feel like it's back.
FOMO hit me so hard.
Yeah, I think FOMO is very...
And outside of this conversation, I just want to quickly elaborate on the whole FOMO thing. I feel like that's what was the most mentally draining part about getting COVID now, because people are really, really trying to quote unquote go back to normal. Everything's opening again, and I can't do anything. People are resuming their social lives like nothing has happened. FOMO is very much back because, in 2020, everybody was in lockdown. Everybody was staying at home. There was nothing to miss out on. Maybe other than the newest episode of WandaVision, but, there was nothing. Nobody was really left out, because you were just doing your own thing. Quarantining in 2022, that's just embarrassing at this point. That's embarrassing for you. That sucks for you, really. You can't go outside. Oh, you can't go and get ice cream with your friends. Loser. There's outdoor dining available, indoor dining available, and you can't take advantage of that? Sucks to suck.
Anyhow, me personally, when Sophia got sick, that was like a week. I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
what do we have right now? I'm like, seriously? We were so careful. I mean, we wore masks everywhere.
I just didn't, because I was like, bro, it's 2022. It's just I survived all the big waves. Not this one. Because this one's the most infectious so far.
Well, I think I did sleep that night, the very first night that Sophia told me. Because in my head, I was like, oh no, we have health problems, we have this and that. And all I could think about was the worst.
Would you say we've made any progress with COVID?
No. And you know why?
Go ahead.
Because you have people that will tell you, I will not get vaccinated. I just had a friend fired the other day, and
it's disinformation, though.
Yeah, what's the bigger issue, you think?
It's because people think that they're not going to have babies.
So
the misinformation is the biggest issue.
Disinformation. Because misinformation is you're misinformed, it's accidental. Disinformation is the intentional spread of misinformation. The source is disinformation.
I've been thinking to myself a lot about what COVID would have looked like maybe 10 years ago, because I know we were overdue for a pandemic, but it just made me wonder, can we blame the state of our political climate for how bad COVID has become. Like, I don't know, because it's definitely not just a problem in America, because it's a pandemic. This is a global issue. I was only very, very little when Ebola was like popping up. That was an epidemic though, but when Ebola was popping up and how worried and crazy everybody was going over that. To be fair, Ebola probably a lot scarier than COVID, considering you were just bleeding out of everything. But that's besides the point. The thing is, back then, I feel like people were a lot more cautious and willing to take safety precautions for a highly contagious disease. Same thing with swine flu, but once again, I was very little for this stuff. I don't have a great memory. Maybe people were acting the same and I just don't know, and I need to ask people about it, people that were actually adults then, because I'm pretty sure when swine flu was there, I was like, what, 4, 5, maybe even younger, I don't know, but stuff like that. I'm wondering, could COVID have looked different if it had struck in 2009 instead of 2019 for the first time? Just makes you wonder.
I felt like I was not doing enough work, which is very stupid because I am literally sick and physically weak. And I literally get winded when I walk up the stairs. As I was saying, I don't know why. Well, I do know why I put that kind of pressure on myself. I know that our fast-paced hustle type culture really thrives on that kind of stuff where it's like no breaks.
Club.
That's the club.
Another club. No sleep. Club.
Now, this brings me to day 6, which was Sophia's 6th day with COVID. She was a lot better. And my third day of COVID.
I think my inevitable sickness depression has arrived because I obviously don't have the motivation or energy to do anything because I am physically unwell and mentally unwell and I can't speak but excuse me yeah, now I don't know what to do because I have work tomorrow and still online, and my optimism is starting to run low, which is kind of rare for me. So trying to figure out what to do because I'm trying to make the most of my free time, but I can't figure out anything to do other than watch more episodes of the OC. So that's how my day is going right now. Day 5. Yeah. So now I'm gonna snack. I think food is therapy. Yeah.
I was dead. My brain fog was horrible. I was exhausted. I had the worst migraine ever. This one's a really weird symptom, but my eyes were sore. That's the best way I can put it. Anyways, that was probably the worst day for me because I felt so useless, like, when it came to my work. Like, I felt like I was not doing enough. I felt like I was being a terrible intern, which was not true because I still attended my meetings. I was still engaged. I did everything to my best ability. And I feel like that's what I should have been focusing on. I just think it's important for me to know my limits and respect my limits, you know? Because I want other people to respect my limits. How can I expect them to respect my limits when I can't respect my own limits? Does that make sense? I hope so.
Good for me. Like, not like COVID, like the disease, but COVID, the whole, like, everything. like I reevaluated my priorities as a human being.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I feel like I need to do.
Oh, it just messed up my schedule.
Yeah,
and
because
everything.
I feel like the breaks I took because of COVID were very healthy for me. I was actually pretty tired, even though it was only the first 3 weeks of my internship. I was up really early every single day, and it was super hot outside, and I was exhausted. And yes, I had a long weekend as is, but I guess COVID extending my weekend per se was a little helpful for me. Even though I do feel like I progressed a little bit. I was watching Princess and the Pauper and eating those old Prego waffles, and I got my teddy bear back. Like I literally, I was sleeping with my Build-A-Bear teddy bear.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Well, yeah.
You should not.
Yeah, you
Which is
shouldn't
why I
have
was
blamed
like,
yourself for
me coming home will kill my dad.
I know, but you also shouldn't have blamed yourself for like me getting COVID and stuff.
But if you want to go even further back, the only reason why you caught COVID is because somebody doesn't want to get a vaccine.
Yes.
Yeah, some people
Also,
that asked me to get back from me.
I kind of want to argue like the butterfly effect sort of here. I think that's what it's called. Where,
Yes.
like the one thing after. Yeah. Anyways, because Sophia wasn't planning on originally coming here for the weekend,
Yeah.
but she did,
Yeah.
and then
There's nothing
and then
wrong
she had
with
COVID, and we went to see Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, which
And-
is a great movie, by the way.
It was a lovely movie.
Purest movie on the planet. Anyways, and then I got COVID too. Missed part of the internship. Oh well. But I still got paid. Anyways, but yeah, it's just crazy. The universe is crazy.
Yeah.
Everything matters. Nothing matters. Also watch Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes, we do.
Like that butterfly effect thing brings me to one conclusion though. I do think everything happens for a reason. I think I've learned a lot from this experience, and I wouldn't change a thing, even though I don't know the long-term effects of COVID, and I might end up like having some really bad issues in my late adulthood. But we're not gonna put that energy into the universe, even though I technically already did.
I feel so bad. When you said everything happens for a reason, my first thought was everything happens for a reason. I have metastatic breast cancer. That commercial. I feel so bad.
Not Jenny laughing at people with cancer.
But that's like the saddest part about it, that like this just isn't going away. I wish there was a happier ending to this. Like, I'm glad I've grown a lot, but I know that this is just gonna be. This has just been 1/9 of my life. What's weird is to see how much I've changed within the span that COVID has existed. This started when, like, I was still in AP Chem. Like, remember how depressed I was when I was in AP Chem?
Not a lot of has changed.
No, you're right though. Mom like presented a good point, because she was like, but still not a lot has changed. Like, I have changed so much as a person, but COVID itself, not much has changed. I'm trying to be positive, and I know that we've gone through 3 years of this without COVID, and this is only the first time. I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Yes.
We should give ourselves a pat on the back for that.
Absolutely.
Happy, healthy gals.
Yeah.